Good morning, friends. I am Pritam Dev from Kolkata, and I'm a black belt in Jeet Kune Do. Now, Jeet Kune Do is a form of martial arts which was propagated by the legendary Bruce Lee. Now, everybody of us, most of us, are aware of the Bruce Lee and his capabilities. So, as we all know, there are different forms of martial arts such as karate, taekwondo, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, etc. Now, what is the basic advantage of Jeet Kune Do when compared to the other forms of martial arts? Well, the basic advantage of Jeet Kune Do system of martial arts compared to the other martial arts is this is a street fighting martial arts. It teaches you how to survive when a person attacks you in the street. All other forms of martial arts teaches you to score points and to be a winner in a ring fight wherein there would be a referee. But take, for example, you're walking back home after work or after doing a job in a secluded street, and somebody attacks you in the street when there is nobody else around to save you. Now, it is your duty then to neutralize that person, come whatever may, and return you to your home safely to your beloved ones. And there would be no referee, my friends, in that situation where the referee, if a person gets beaten up badly, the referee would stop the fight. So Jeet Kune Do teaches you how to do this effectively, such as neutralizing uh, an attacker by employing different forms of technique which Bruce Lee taught us, and how to reach your home safely in such a situation. So today I'm going to talk about the different techniques of Jeet Kune Do and the different features of it. The first thing I'm going to talk about it's the principles. The principles in principles, the first thing is the stance. Now Bruce Lee always mentioned you need to have 1 foot forward, 1 foot backward at an angle of 45 degrees. That's the stance which Bruce Lee used for Jeet Kune Do. Next comes footwork. Now, footwork, what he taught us is footwork is the most important thing in case of a fight. Because if you have a proper footwork, if you have a good footwork, in most cases, fights are won or lost by using proper footwork and effective footwork. If you have a good footwork, you will win a fight. And if you do not have a proper footwork, chances are you might not win the fight. Then comes the next principle that's a straight lead. Now, Bruce Lee used his front hand, he called it as a straight lead. Now, most of us must have seen in his movies that he's standing like this and he's using his front hand for jabbing. This is called the straight lead. Where in martial arts or in fighting techniques like boxing and all, they most of us they use the backhand. But what his principle was, since this is in front, it's using as a form of defense. It's blocking the attacker from reaching you. Also, since this is very in front of the attacker, it can reach the attacker at a shortest possible time. So that's a straight lead. Then comes the economy of motion. Now, Bruce Lee was a master of it. Like he used to combine all the techniques and use the most effective techniques in the shortest possible time. And he said, like, use economy of motion. Next comes the techniques. Fluidity. Now, fluidity means you have to be adaptive. One of his famous quotes was, "Be like water, my friend. If you pour water in a cup, it becomes a cup. If you pour water in a vessel, it becomes a vessel. If water can flow, you cannot stop water. So you have to be fluid." Next comes punching. Now, in this form, it should be non telegraphic. Now, most of us, what we do is, in case of punching, we raise our hands like this, make it go backward, then we punch the person. Now, in this case, what is happening? Either my hand is going back or my shoulders is moving back. The person who is fighting me or who is my opponent, he can see this and he'll be prepared that this person is going to come and punch me. So what? So he'll be prepared. So your job is to not let that person be aware of what your next move is going to be. So that's the effective technique. So how you can do it? You just stand like this with your hands. That's the straight lead, and without showing anything, without showing any movement of your hand or your shoulders, you just use, without showing anything, without movement of your hands or your shoulders, just hit him like this. Just hit him like this. So that person, the opponent, will not be aware when you are going to hit him. So he will be totally unaware of this. So that, my friend, will be your advantage. Then comes simultaneous sparring and punching. And most of us know that either we block or parry, then we punch. But Bruce Lee said, like, we'll do both the things at the same time. Like, suppose if a person attacks me, this is my straight lead, I'll move my head and parry him, and at the same time, I'll punch him. So I'll move his hand and move my head and punch him at the same time. So that is simultaneous parrying and punching. Then comes the low kicks, which Bruce Lee was a master of, using the low kicks. Then there are three ranges of combat. One is the long range, wherein the opponent cannot reach you. You stand at a distance wherein the opponent will not be able to reach you. Then comes the medium distance, wherein you can just move a step forward and reach your opponent and hit him. That's a medium range. And another one is the close range. Close range is you are standing in front of him, and whether both of you, your opponent as well as you, can reach your opponent with a blow or with a punch or a kick. And the last form is the five ways of attack. Five ways of attack. What are those? Simple direct attack, attack by combination of different techniques together, progressive indirect attack, that is not showing any, not giving any clues to the opponent, progressive indirect attack, immobilization attack, wherein you'll be hitting such a part of the body of the opponent, the person would be immobilized. An attack by drawing. Drawing means you move your head forward and immediately come back. So your head will be as an attack, as a bait to the opponent. The opponent thinks, oh, you come forward, I'm going to hit him. Immediately move forward, move back, and hit the opponent at the same time with the parrying and punching. So that is acting as a bait. Draw your opponent forward and hit him. So that is attack by drawing. Thank you, my friends. Thank you so much. And please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Thank you so much.